Boom. Here we are, man. Hey, we in the building, Top Flight TV. Today I'm joined with a very special guest, Frank the Jeweler from Forever Diamonds right here in Hagerstown. Hey, bro, do me a favor. Shut that door for me. Frank, what's up, man? How you doing?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm good, brother. I can't complain. I can't complain. I want to thank you for joining the platform
Yes,
today.
no, thank you for inviting me in. It's good
Absolutely.
to be
Glad you
here.
can make it. Yes, indeed. Hey, look, we're going to start with the questions, man.
Yes.
Where you from, Frank?
So I was born and first 15 years of my life I spent in Pakistan. Yeah, that's where I was born. That's where I'm from. But shortly after that, I lived in Connecticut for a little while. And from Connecticut, I made Baltimore my home in US. So I spent over 10 years in Baltimore, but things were working out pretty good, but there was, something was missing. It did not feel like home. That's when I moved to Hagerstown, and definitely feels like home. I'm here. I'm here for 20 years now. So,
Nice. I didn't know you've been out here that long.
yeah, yeah.
So what's the difference? I mean, as far as you're concerned, what's the difference between Hagerstown and Baltimore?
Ooh, people are a lot nicer. A little bit of a slower pace, but not too much of a slower pace. Uh, you know, I want to say like, just a level of respect is much better over here. It's not as cutthroat as it is in Baltimore. So yeah, just nicer people, bigger roads, bigger highways, less accidents. Yeah, yeah.
So let me ask you, how did you find yourself breaking into the jewelry business?
So that's a long story. I actually started from Baltimore. I was literally in high school and just walking around in the mall. And while I was walking around, this guy started talking to me about watches. And shortly he figured out that I knew more than him. So he offered me a job on the spot. And while I was, you know, in high school, he's like, just come work with me. I was like, no, man, I'm in school. Like, I got to focus on studies.
Right.
And he said, just do a part time. That's how it started. I went from there. I love the business. My mom always had told me that her grandfather, which is my great grandfather, he was a jeweler. So she always told me that, she sees him in me, like when I started working in jewelry. So yeah, so from there we opened up. The owner of that store where I was working for, I helped her open up a full-blown jewelry store in Baltimore. She did very well over there, and then it was just time for me to venture out on my own. When I came to Hagerstown, I started with K Jewelers. I was there for about 10 years. But I learned a lot from a lot of different places. So particularly, I worked in Baltimore for about 2 years in Gold Valley. So Gold Valley, I still remember the owner of that store. He used to say that Gold Valley is not a jewelry store, it's a jewelry school, and it truly was. We learned a lot over there. Like, we used to make custom. That's where I learned my custom. So one of the things I specialize in is in custom jewelry. It doesn't matter what metal or stones you have in mind, we can get them all. So, and then gathering all those skills, I learned a lot in Baltimore as far as jewelry, and then I learned a lot in business wise in K Jewelers. So we just put those together and opened my own store. We just celebrated our 3-year anniversary. We've been in this particular one spot for 3 years, and we just signed a lease for another 5. So we're not going anywhere. So
Congratulations.
thank you.
So let me ask you, just curious, and not really personally, but what's the starting capital to open a jewelry store? Like what do you need to start?
So
Minimum.
I want to say you want to have at least like half a million, you know, and really good contacts. you need you need more connections. Just like in any business, your network can take you from literally here to all the way there. You network with people every day. one of the reasons I go to jewelry shows, you got to present yourself as respectable, and you can't earn respect without giving respect. So you just got to be respectful to each other, and you start small, and then eventually everybody feels comfortable to literally like now I thank God, like I'm at that level where any of the jewelry vendors, they're like, yeah, Forever Mine Diamonds calling, they can have the jewelry and pay us later, So, and that's what I want to, I'm doing for my customers as well. I go out and make relationships with the banks that they feel comfortable. Okay, Forever Mine Diamond is calling. I tell them literally, like last night I had a customer, and I wrote to the bank managers like, look, this is my really good customer. He has made multiple payments during levies, and he finally is ready to finance a purchase. And they did. They said, all right, we'll approve you. This guy had no credit history whatsoever. So it works out. It helps everybody out.
Nah, absolutely. So let me ask you, what is, as of right now, what's your most popular item that you sell?
Most popular with gold price have been really high. It's literally been the highest in the history other than World War One. So gold is skyrocketing, but people are still coming in asking for gold, particularly 14 karat gold, 10 karat gold. We have those. But the number one thing I will say is silver, because it's more affordable. There's more amount of people that can easily afford it, without digging deep in their pockets. So silver and moissanite. Moissanite is another, that's part of the jewelry business I actually wasn't familiar with. Because
Hold on, I want to get to that. I got a question for that.
Yeah.
Save that right there. Hold that thought. So your most popular item would be definitely gold. With necklaces, earrings, or bracelets, or what?
Necklaces, yeah.
Necklace.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, change is the number one thing. Yeah.
Got you. That's what's up. So this is an interesting question right here. Have you ever been attempted to been robbed, or have you been robbed before? Have you ever experienced any of that type of action? This is like an action question. I want to, because jewelry stores are like really, they're valuable places and they're targets sometimes. So I just want to know, if have you ever experienced with any?
Yeah, I've been doing this for 25 years, and I've been robbed a couple of times.
Oh,
So,
so at gunpoint or?
no, thank God it has been never on a gunpoint. Me personally, I haven't experienced it. But I was working in Orlando Mills Mall, like 15-year-old kids, they walked in, they literally had like two pieces of bricks in their hand, and they smashed our cases and grabbed whatever they could. You at that point, we are trained to not interact with them, obviously, like your safety as human beings is the number one thing. There's insurance is there, but really not really. So, but still, you cannot recover your loss, but you can recover jewelry.
Absolutely. So they got away scot-free. Did they ever get caught?
No, no.
They get away with a lot of loot, or what?
Yeah, yeah.
What was the ticket? How much?
This one particular incident that I was referring to, they got away with like 170 grand. Yeah.
Man.
Insurance doesn't cover you that much. So you're really
that's
on your
deep.
own.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right, so I know when we all look at jewelry, man, we like, man, I would love to have that piece. I would love to have that pair of earrings. I would love to, marry my girlfriend one day, but I need a ring. Let me ask you, over at Forever Diamonds, how can the average 9 to 5 worker obtain a piece from Forever Diamonds?
Yeah, so that is actually, it's funny that you asked that, because one of the things that I also want to talk about is my number one goal is to bring luxury items to everyday people. That I spend a lot of time just going around and shopping for the best prices that I can get, and that's my goal, that I transfer those savings to my customers. I touched on financing a little bit earlier. That definitely helps out. It makes it easier for everybody to pay in, whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly installments. But number one thing is the price. I use all my experience and time that I spend working for other jewelers to put in to get the best prices. We cut out a lot of middlemen throughout the years. So now I'm at a point where I have relationships directly with the factories. They actually manufacture, so there's no particular wholesaler in the middle. That saves you at least like 15 to 20% of the cost right there. Which is why when you come in, let's say you're shopping at another like a franchise name store versus Forever Mine Diamonds, you will be saving 30 to 40% easily. Yeah, definitely more
Nice.
savings.
No, that's what's up. So I know a couple local rappers, artists that have been in your store and they got pieces from you. What's that like, man? How is the hip hop scene, or the rap scene, or the music scene? What's your relationship like with the artists in Hagerstown or Baltimore, DC?
Yeah. I'm definitely a local guy. We don't have like some of like the other jewelers have 50 stores or even 10 stores. I'm just local here in Hagerstown, and I love to help the community. So, and musicians, rappers, I really appreciate the talent, and I help them as much as I can to get what they like. So we work together closely, and designing is what takes the longest, and it costs the most. But once we have the design, rest of it is easy.
How much typically or average? How much time does it take to put a custom piece together?
So I've done customs as fast as 10 days. There was a couple from Australia. They were here because this is their hometown, just like I consider this my hometown now. So they were here, and they were only here for 10 days. They had to go back, and they wanted to get like a matching wedding set. And we got the design together in one day. It took about 5 days for the jeweler to finish it and a couple of days to shipping. It could take, I also designed a piece recently that took 6 months. So it was a lot of moving pieces. This guy wanted a pretty big size piece. So, and he wanted each piece of like different areas, different designs in that piece, not just the front, even the back of it. So I wish I would have to show it to you, but it's on my Instagram. So,
Okay, is that the ABM one?
no, this was the eagle piece.
Oh, okay,
Yes,
okay.
that
Cool,
took
cool.
6 months because it's a big piece.
Now I gotta check it out. Definitely gotta check that out.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
So that can, it can take anywhere between the standard. If I would have to put like a time on it, I would say 4 to 6 weeks. We can get your custom piece done and ready.
What about grills? You ever dealt with grills?
Oh yeah. Grills is also something. We're the only ones that are doing it in the mall, in the Valley Mall area. We can get grills done in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I make the mold myself in the store, and we send it to get the grills done.
Nice. What's the minimum for grills?
Minimum is 2. I don't like to do singles just because I used to, and we had too many complaints of singles just falling out and people losing them. Unfortunately, I can't, I don't make enough to cover lost. So 2 teeth, they snap better, and they stay there. Yeah. So minimum is 2. I would say the most common one we make is 6. 6, when you have a smile, that covers your smile.
Sure enough. All right, now backing up to, I always get this word messed up, moissanite. All right, let's talk about that, man. That's been a big deal, man. I don't know where this stone popped up from.
Yeah.
All I know is within the past 2 years, I've been seeing so much about moissanite. And they say, well, first of all, what do you think about the emergence of moissanite? And yeah, what do you think about the emergence of moissanite? What do you think about that?
Yeah, so it's basically, technology have changed our life in so many ways. Then sometimes we sit back and think about it, it's like, oh my God, like I was not able to do this like 10 years ago, but now you can, you can simply pick up your phone and make a call worldwide without using like an in-between telephone system, So jewelry have evolved. It definitely has evolved. Natural diamonds have gotten out of control in price. But people still want that clarity. The clear stone is what's, and it gets, it gets more rare to get more clear of a diamond. So that's what technology did to the jewelry industry. I want to say it started about 25 years ago, it took time for them to improve and make it to common market. So it's basically a lab created stone that, just like we transition into lab grown diamonds, a lot of brides are going for lab grown diamonds. As far as the hip hop community concerns, everybody wants that big flashy piece. I mean, I like it myself. I'm in the business, so instead of spending, 20, 30, maybe even $50,000, you can have that same exact look. Moissanite, which is a lab created stone, it shares the same exact characteristics as a diamond.
Yeah,
It tests as diamonds.
yeah,
So it just makes it so much more important to have a reputable jeweler to go to, because it's almost impossible to differentiate with the naked eye. And even with the testers, it tests diamonds. So you really have to build that relationship and have that trust with your jeweler. They're like, okay, he's telling me, I try my absolute best to be upfront from the beginning. That like, look, this it's gonna take this much gold to make this piece. It's just my estimate. Once we make the design, we'll know exactly how much it'll cost because the design tells you. The computer, again with the help of technology, the computer image tells you exactly how much gold is going to take before we make the piece. So as the stones, it'll tell you the count. It'll tell you how many carats it's going to take, and then I break it down. Like if you want natural diamonds, you can get lab-grown diamonds, or you can get moissanites. So, and in each will have their own beautiful look.
So do you see moissanite taking over, or
Definitely,
you see it taking over the diamond?
it's definitely taken over, simply because if you really think about it, it's more of a showpiece. Nobody makes at least just in my opinion, makes a big heavy piece with a lot of stones as an investment. It is not an investment. I will never tell anybody that's an investment. It's more of a showpiece. So people still want to look good. When I started in jewelry 25 years ago, gold was roughly 600 an ounce. Today, gold is $2,600 an ounce. So so as the diamonds used to be $100 a carat. Right now, they're $1,000 a carat. It's gone up, 10 times.
So let me ask you. So if I buy, a lot of us bought diamonds. If I buy a diamond a day for $3,000, why is it when I go and sell it, it's not as much? Why doesn't a diamond withhold its value?
That's a very good question. So everybody, like, well, most people know about the 4C, right? Diamonds got the 4C. You got the carats, you got the color, you got the clarity, and then you have the cut. So this is a national average. 52% of a diamond that you're buying goes towards the cutting cost, which you call is the labor. So when you go buy it, you got to pay the labor. But unfortunately, when you go sell it, you don't get the labor back. So you immediately lose about 50% of the value because you lose on the labor. Material is still there. Same thing in gold. You pay roughly, like right now it's going about $16 in the wholesale. Retail is about $20 per gram just in labor to make a certain piece of gold, chain or piece, whatever you want to make. It's all custom. Somebody has to make it.
Right. Absolutely.
Now there are some rare stones. You get it certified and you buy at least a 1 carat, and you buy it, hold on to it for 5-10 years. It'll appreciate over time, and you're gonna go sell it. I actually have a customer who does this, who he comes in once a month and buys a 1 carat diamond. It has to be certified, it has to be VS clarity, it has to be colorless, and he just buys it and puts it in his safe. I know a few friends, they do the same thing with coins. They buy it, they will buy it. Like right now, they're selling what they bought 5 years ago. It's a 5-year cycle. So 5 years ago, gold was only $1,300 an ounce. Right now, it's $2,600. So the coins that they bought for $1,500, now they're selling it for $3,200, $3,500.
Right.
Yeah.
As far as moissanite, what is the absolute best quality of moissanite you can get? What would that be called?
So right now with the current technology, we can get D color, which is the whitest moissanite you can buy.
D color.
D color, that's the top.
Letter D.
Yep. They actually graded for color and clarity just like diamonds.
Okay.
So it's the same chart. D is your whitest moissanite, and VS clarity.
No, that's what's up. All right, hey, bruh, tell the people where they can find you, social media. Tell them where the store is located.
Yeah, so I'm right here local in Hagerstown in the Valley Mall. You walk in through the doors in the center entrance between Red Robin and Men's Warehouse will be right on the right-hand side. I share the wall with Red Robin, and I'm there. You can find us on Instagram, just like the name of our store, Forever Mine Diamonds. That's the name of our Instagram. Our website is also foreverminediamonds.com. We post on Instagram and our website every day. And anything you want to customize, whether it's a watch, earring, pendants, chain, bracelet, anklet, we make it all. Grills, come see us. Like I said, we also, support the local talent heavily. We'll definitely help you get your brand going, get your name, wear your brand around your neck. So come see us. And especially thank you for having me.
Nah, we appreciate you for coming through, man. Hey, if you've been under a rock, man, this is Forever Mine Diamonds, the hottest thing in Hagerstown, man. So y'all go ahead and tap in. Frank, we appreciate you. Thank you for coming through, man.